have to write consumer config is a class. So in this consumer class, consumer config, we have to initialize the variables, private, read only, consumer config. So we are going to initialize this new consumer config. So within the consumer config, we are going to initialize few variables, group ID. So this is can be any group ID you can give it. Test consumer group. Here bootstrap server. So what is a server? So you know that Kafka we are running in local. So we know that local host 9092 is the server we are using it, is the port we are using it. Then after that, auto fac reset, auto offset reset. This configuration we have done that. The next steps we are going to execute this execute async method. So since in the real time, what we'll do is this consumer, it will pick the data and it will process in the sense it will send to call any specific API to send the data or to insert a data into the database. Like this multiple operations it will do. But in our case, we are going to write into the log so that we can see the log. So we are going to create a task.run so that, so if you want to call any async method in non-async method in the async, we are going to use the task.run here, consumer. We are creating a consumer builder here. So within the consumer builder, so ignore trying. So here we are going to pass the consumer config. The above we have already specified consumer config, and we are going to build this. So here we did not started the method. That's why it is showing this error. So now this is perfect. So we don't need to end this as a semicolon. So up to this we are good. Yeah, here we have to pass our stopping token. So the token which is given in the method so that it will be fulfilled. Now we are writing our code logic which will be fetch the data. So I'm keeping into the try catch black. So within the try, I'm taking in a while loop. Stopping token dot is cancellation requested. If it is not requested, if it is a cancellation is requested, we are not going to execute this process. That is the intention here. So in the catch block, we have to write it. So if any operation cancelled exception, we are going to read operation cancelled exception here. So here it can be read any exception here console dot. Yeah. So in this we are going to write where test, I can say result is equal to consumer. So this consumer I'm talking about. So we are going to consume. So we are going to use the consume method to consume. So we are going to pass this token, and here we received information. So we are going to consume. We are already consumed it. If data return type is not null, so we are going to log the information here. Logger dot log information. Anything you want to log it to use this string concatenation and all. We can use this consumed message. So what is the message? Result dot. So we are going to get res dot value. So we are going to use this. Almost all we are good with this. So here the point is once we have done this process, we should not forget one thing. We have to register this service into program.cs file before the build method. I'm going to the program.cs. Build a services dot. This is hosting service. Add hosting service. Hosted service. So this hosted service is our service name is my consumer. So now I am going to execute this. If you can see here debug, the service is running, but we could not able to see any messages. Here one point we missed it. We are consuming it, that's fine. But before the consuming, we have to subscribe a message. So subscribe a topic. So that part we got missed it. Consumer dot subscribe. So our topic name is AJ test. Now let me rerun the project. You can see the log in the output. See now I have whatever the messages which are there in the earlier it is coming. Now what I'll do means I'm going to in the producer, great job finally. Now if you can see the message is consumed. The same message is consumed by the consumer. Thank you so much. Thank Johnny for this session. Yeah, we'll see in the next session how to do a producer using a .NET Core. You can validate it. Thank you.